Hey, welcome to the Impact Podcast with Taiwo Balogo. Today we are looking at one of the very important topics that is trending lately, and it is something that a lot of people need to understand how to increase their earnings, and that is why I am bringing this before you, which is surviving high inflation. And in the course of this masterclass, yes, it's going to be a masterclass, I will be sharing with you seven proven strategies to boost your income even in high inflation economy. So like what we have in Nigeria, what we have in America, and some other part of the world, these proven strategies, or these strategies I'll be sharing with you today, is applicable to any economy that you are. They are global strategies. It is something that works across board. If you are in Nigeria, you are in America, you are in Britain, in Europe, in Asia, wherever you are across the world, these seven strategies is going to work for you. Just stay tuned to the end of this video because it's going to be a bit lengthy. But you're going to enjoy every bit of this video. However, let's dive straight into today's masterclass. You know, I told you that it's going to be a masterclass. So if you are ready to learn, drop in the comment section that, yes, I am ready to learn. I am ready to learn. What is inflation? Inflation refers to the rate at which the general level of prices for goods and services rises in any given economy. And once that happens, it will result in a decrease in purchasing power of that country's currency. Like what we'll have in Nigeria now, our earning power is decreasing because we have high inflation rate. You know, you need to understand a lot of things about this inflation rate because it is something that is very, very paramount or very, very important to you as a citizen of any country. If you don't understand it, you will not know why prices of goods and services are rising, and you will not know why your currency is being devaluated or why the purchasing power is decreasing at every given time. So the number two definition that I have here is inflation is an inevitable economic phenomenon that affects everyone. Either you are a politician, you are high net worth citizen, you are senior citizen, you are middle class citizen, low income earner, whoever you are, inflation affects everyone. And one of the ways that it affects everyone, like I told you earlier, is because we spend the same currency. We might have money in different portions, but however, we spend the same currency. Once there's high inflation in any given economy, it will affect our purchasing power, like I mentioned earlier. And one of the things that it does is that it makes everyday living expenses to be higher while our incomes becomes lower. You know, it affects your incomes. Once that happens, it will affect your family, it will affect everything about you. And that is why I want us to learn from this masterclass, and the strategies I'll be sharing with you are proven strategies that works globally. So now let's look at the impact of high inflation. Let's look at that. The impact of high inflation. Now, the impact of high inflation is that it affects the people on how to cater for their family, because standard of living will be higher during high inflation. Whoever you are, even if you are a billionaire, it will affect your standard of living because you spend more during high inflation. You would definitely do that. If you are just like a middle class person or you are an low income earner, then you can imagine what that means. You can imagine how that will affect you taking care of your family. The gari or the bag of rice that you used to buy at 40,000 naira at 20,000 naira before now has risen to like 90,000 naira, 75,000 naira. Whenever there is high inflation rate, the price of goods and services will increase. The price of foods will go up, some will come down, but however, you need to understand that it will affect your cost of living. It will affect your standard of living. So you need to get ready for that, which is why I am sharing this with you. Now, the other thing that it also does is that it also affects production. For those that are in the manufacturing sector, they understand this, that it will affect their production, because when people cannot afford to buy some things, manufacturers won't be able to produce much. Like the rice example that I gave, when you cannot, when people cannot buy much, then what do you expect? Farmers won't be able to produce more, then, they won't be able to care of the staffs, and they will lay off some staffs. So that is one of the impacts of high inflation, and it is something that we need to look at, which is why I want you to stay to the end of this masterclass to understand the 7 proven strategies that will help you to increase your income. They will definitely help you because they are proven strategies. And like I mentioned earlier, they work across board, across the world. Anywhere you are, these strategies will work for you. So now let's look at the factors that contribute to inflation in any given economy. The number one that I have here is supply chain disruptions. There are times in Nigeria that you see that there is queue in filling stations, where we buy fuel or where we buy premium spirit into our car. And at times when you find out, you realize that there is disruption somewhere in the supply chains that affect the supply of that product and also the price. Recently, we experienced such thing in Nigeria where we were buying fuel for like 1,000 naira per liter in some places, and some are buying it at 2,000 naira in some states. Now, what happened? There was disruptions within the supply chain, and it could be the Tanker Drivers Association or the marketers, independent marketers are the one that are struggling with the government or battling with some things, or it could be that the NMPC is trying to fix some things. And once that happens, what do you expect? The prices of that product will go up. And once the prices of fuel, petroleum product goes up, what happens? It will affect the food, it will affect some things. This is just the way it happens, especially in our economy, Nigeria. That is, we operate a fragile economy. Our economy is very, very fragile. So the number 2 thing that contributes to inflation is increased in demand for goods. When there is increase in demand for rice, as an example, or there is increase in price of pizza, what do you expect? It will increase the price of that thing because the demand is high. And once the demand is high, definitely people are buying that product. Then producers or manufacturers are manufacturing, they are producing. Then what do you expect? The price of that thing would definitely go up because that is the law of demand and supply. Demand and supply. Why the third one that I have here is expansive monetary policies, like what we saw last week from the Central Bank of Nigeria. I mean, the Monetary Policy Committee of the Central Bank of Nigeria raised the monetary policy rate, which is MPR. MPR is an economic indicator that regulates the interest rate. It regulates the interest rate. And when the monetary policy rate was increased with 150 PBS, which is 150 basis points, it affects the interest rate from 24.75% to 26.25%. You can imagine the effect of that on the price of goods and services, especially in this period. So definitely it will affect your income. It will definitely affect your finances, and which is one of the reasons why I am sharing these strategies with you. I want you to please stay tuned to the end of this video. Watch it to the end because you're going to get value. I hope you are getting value already. If you are getting value, let me know in the comment section. Drop it in the comment section that yes, I am getting value. So now let's look at the 7 proven strategies to boost your income. 7 what? proven strategies to boost your income. These strategies, like I mentioned earlier, they are global strategies that will help you to increase your income. And the number one is you need to learn to reduce your debt. Reduce debt. One of the ways to increase your income in any economy that has high inflation rate is to reduce your debt, because if you are indebted to bank or financial institutions, once the interest rate is high or there's increase in interest rate, it will definitely affect your repayment. It will affect you. Yes, so you need to learn to reduce your debt and don't go into debt. If you are in the US now, the monetary policy that they run, that they operate, it favors those that borrows money. If it is in the US, this is the time that they would like to borrow money. You borrow money to invest in real estate, you borrow money to invest in a diversified investment that can bring in money. So, but in our own economy, which is Nigeria, we need to reduce debt, because reducing debt is crucial for financial stability. It is very, very crucial. If you don't reduce debt, like all these fintech, I don't know, maybe they are called fintech. Some of these loan companies are fintech that gives out loans, these micro loans that you get micro loans. The interest rate is high. Some of them now, they'll be enticing you to come and get loan at a reduced rate. They might tell you, oh, the interest rate has reduced with 0.5%. Don't fall into that trap now. Please do not fall into that trap of getting all these micro or small loans that will put you into trouble. If you are indebted already, you've gotten some loans. For those that are in the manufacturing sector, it could help their business. They can negotiate with the bank, because this time around, the interest rate is high. Borrowing interest rate is high. One of the things that high inflation does, or high interest rate does, is that people will not want to go to bank to borrow money. What they would do is they will save their money. They will look for safe haven investment to put their money. If you have some money right now, don't save it in savings account. There is another. When we get there, I will let you know. So there are some investment vehicles that you can put your savings, and it will be bringing interest on a monthly basis. The number one proven strategy is to reduce debt. While the number two is saving and budgeting. Saving and budgeting. In times of high inflation, it is crucial to scrutinize your spending and cut unnecessary spendings, cut unnecessary expenses. Evaluate your budget and identify areas where you can reduce costs. Identify areas. Recently, I think MultiChoice increased their subscription plan, and a lot of people dropped DSTV, GoTV, and they began to go to STV and other options. If you know that your income cannot sustain that luxury, why not cut that expenses? Cut it down. Cut down your expenses, and you can do that easily. Just look at what is coming in and what your purchasing power is. Then you look at, okay, I don't need this, I need this. This is what I need for now. You understand? So the number two is saving and budgeting. Why the number three here is upskilling and education. One of the goals that I have this year is upskilling and reskilling. This year, you must upskill and reskill as much as possible. You know why? Investing in your education and skills is a surefire way to increase your earning potential. The best investment that you can ever make is the one you invest in yourself. The best investment that you can ever make is the one you invest in yourself. So if you want to increase your earning power, you want to increase your income, learn to upskill yourself, reskill yourself. It could be through formal education or online courses or vocational training. Go out there and learn something new. Add value to yourself and, gain new skills. because new skill will open doors to higher paying job opportunities for you. Yeah, it could be contract. It will definitely do that. And this is something that I cannot overemphasize this. Some people will say, oh, somebody say I should go and learn Scrum Master. I should go and learn project manager. I should begin to go and learn IT. I should go and learn what is raining now is programming. No. Do you have the interest and strength to learn programming? If you don't, go to something that interests you and that you have strength to learn. I can never overemphasize this strategy, which is the strategy of upskilling, reskilling, educating yourself at every point in time. The number 4, let's look at the number 4. Like I told you, this is a master class. Let's look at the number 4. The number 4 is you should start a side hustle. Let me call it like our Ninja people. You should start a side business. Starting a side business is an excellent way to supplement your income. Look for opportunities that align with your skills and interest. If it is fashion designing, go and learn something. Graphic designs, go and learn something. Identify profitable opportunities and start a side hustle in this area. You can start a side hustle business both physically and virtually. Yes, whether it's an online store, consultancy, or a local service, a side business can provide additional revenue stream for you, and it will guide you against inflation. Please, even if you are still an employee, you can start a side business online. You can start a side business offline. All you need to do is to learn time management, balance your time and your effort. You can be managing a side business along a full-time job. Yes, although it could be challenging, but if you know how to balance your time and your effort, then you can, because you just need to do something. A stream of income is not enough for anyone in this economy. It is not enough. So it is essential for you to find a balance that allows you to maintain both your job, if you are in a paid employment, and your side hustle business. So you need efficient time management strategy to do that. So please take note of this, and let's move to the next one. And number 5 is monetizing hobbies and skills. Learn to monetize your hobbies and your skills. Monetizing your hobbies and skills can be a fulfilling way to boost your income in high inflation economy. Whether it is crafting, photography, cooking, sewing, whatever you know how to do, that you have that passion for, that is your hobby or that is your skill, learn to turn your passion to profit. Learn to do what? Turn your passion to profit. I cannot overemphasize all these points that I'm sharing with you. You can do that, and you can sell your skills online. Social media is a blessing to the world. It's a blessing to those that knows what they are doing, that have passion to become great in life. Platforms like Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, TikTok, even YouTube. They are great platforms that you can sell your hobbies, you can sell your skills. Yesterday, I was watching a video. I saw a video that attracted thousands of views, teaching people how to cook jollof rice. You can imagine how to cook Nigerian food. These are things that you can do if your hobby is cooking, your hobby is barbing, your fitness, whatever your hobby is, learn to monetize it. You can even create online courses. Okay, there are platforms like Teachable, Udemy, and Skillshare, where you can join for free and begin to create courses. In fact, at times when I watch some courses on Udemy, I look at some of these Indians that I would say, look at this guy's English and look at how many students that he has. Some of them have 40,000 students. You know what that means? Even if it is at 1,000 naira, you know what that means? Selling a course at 2,000, 5,000 or 3,000 naira on Udemy. So please go and make research about all these things that I'm sharing with you, these strategies, and you will see that, yes, no matter what the economy is saying, your income will either increase or be stable. You understand? It will either stable or increase. So now let's look at the number 6. Number 6, we'll soon wrap up. Number 6 is building an emergency fund. After you have monetized your skill or you started a side hustle business, then learn to build emergency fund. This involves setting aside a portion of your income regularly. Set it aside and let the aim be to save it for like 3 to 6 months. You understand? And keep it in an account that is separate from the account that you can easily take money from. And that account should be accessible anytime that you need that emergency fund. And discipline yourself that this money, I'm not going to touch it until after 3 months or 6 months, and you'll be surprised how much you have in that account. Now, let's look at the last but not the least. Let's look at the last but not the least, which is maintaining a positive mindset. Motivation is key to sustaining the effort required to achieve financial stability. Motivate yourself. Don't wait for anybody to motivate you. You understand? Have that self-motivation. Celebrate small victories. Keep track of your progress and remind yourself of your long-term goals, and always tell yourself that, yes, I will break through. I am blessed. I cannot be poor. Begin to motivate yourself. Make those positive declarations over your life, and you will see yourself overcoming high inflation, irrespective of what the monetary policy of your economy is saying. You will survive. You will increase your income. You will increase your income. Please make use of these 7 strategies and you will see your income increasing. There are strategies I've tried. They are working for me. If you are a returning subscriber on my channel, thank you for returning to watch this masterclass. And if you have not subscribed to my YouTube channel, please do so that we can produce more videos that will help you and help others. Also share, like, and please just drop a comment. Drop a comment in the comment section of this video and encourage me to do more. If you have a topic that you want me to talk about, that you want me to teach, drop it in the comment section and I'll be glad to do that. So now, as we recap, don't forget the 7 proven strategies that I share with you today. The number 1 is reduce debt. The number 2 is savings and budgeting. Number 3 is upskilling and education. Upskill yourself. 4, start a side business, a side hustle. 5 is building an emergency fund. 6 is monetize your hobbies and your skills. 7 is maintaining a positive mindset. Maintain a positive mindset. So in conclusion, surviving in high inflation economy requires a proactive and diversified approach. If you want to boost your income in a high inflation economy, you must understand that you have to be proactive. You have to learn to diversify so that it will not affect your income. So this is what I have to share with you today. Remember that the key is for you to stay informed, adaptable, and persistent in your effort. So don't just watch this video and say, oh, okay, I think I've heard some of these things that this guy shared. I think I know them. No, take step. Action is required. Take the required action and you will see your income increasing. So see you in the next episode of the Impact Podcast with Taiwo Balogun. Bye-bye.